What if the one habit that made Keanu Reeves unforgettable had nothing to do with acting, fame, or money? After losing his best friend, his child, and the love of his life, most people would turn bitter. But Keanu didn't. Instead, he held on to one simple habit that quietly changed everyone around him. And once you hear what it is, you'll never look at success the same way again. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Dive into what really happened. What if losing everything didn't make you angry but kinder? In a world where fame often changes people, Keanu Reeves did something incredibly rare. He stayed the same. Not because life was gentle with him, but because it was painfully hard. While many people are shaped by success, Keanu was shaped by struggle long before the spotlight ever found him. Keanu Reeves did not grow up surrounded by comfort or security. His childhood was unstable and uncertain. His father struggled with addiction and eventually left the family, creating a sense of absence that stayed with Keanu for years. As a child, he moved constantly, from city to city, from school to school, never staying long enough to feel rooted anywhere. That constant change made him feel like an outsider, someone always trying to fit in but never fully belonging. On top of that, Keanu struggled with dyslexia, which made traditional learning difficult and frustrating. School was not a place of confidence for him. Instead, acting became his escape. Through acting, he found a way to express emotions he couldn't put into words, a place where he finally felt understood. Then, almost suddenly, everything changed. Success arrived, and it arrived loudly. Films like Speed and later The Matrix turned Keanu Reeves into a global superstar. He had money, fame, admiration, and opportunities that most people only dream of. From the outside, it looked like the perfect life. But life didn't reward him for long. Behind the success, tragedies struck again and again. Keanu lost his closest friend, River Phoenix, a loss that deeply affected him. Later, his daughter was stillborn, a pain that no parent is ever prepared for. Soon after, his partner died in a tragic accident. These were not scenes from a script. This was real life, real loss, real grief. Pain like this often hardens people. It makes them bitter, distant, and closed off from the world. But Keanu Reeves chose a different path. He didn't become cruel. He didn't become angry. He didn't close his heart. Instead, he held on to one simple habit, one quiet choice, that would define his entire life and make him admired not just as an actor, but as a human being. While many stars build walls around themselves, Keanu Reeves chose to build bridges. As his fame grew, he didn't separate himself from others or surround himself with ego. Instead, he leaned into something far more powerful, human connection. The one habit Keanu Reeves never gave up was choosing kindness every single day. This was never the kind of kindness meant for cameras or headlines. It wasn't loud or dramatic. It was quiet, consistent, and often unseen. The kind of kindness that happens when no one is watching and nothing is expected in return. People who have worked with Keanu often tell the same story. He remembers names. He makes eye contact. He listens without interrupting. Whether someone is a famous director or a crew member cleaning the set, Keanu treats them with the same level of respect and dignity. On film sets known for stress and long hours, his calm and respectful presence changes the atmosphere. Keanu is also known for acts of generosity that rarely make the news. On several projects, he chose to give up part of his own salary so that other crew members could be paid fairly. During the Matrix films, he reportedly shared bonuses with special effects artists and stunt performers because he understood how important their work was to the final film. He believed success should be shared, not protected. But it's often the small moments that reveal the most. Keanu has been seen giving up his seat on public transportation, patiently speaking with fans as if they were old friends, and offering help to strangers without announcing it to the world. These moments aren't staged. They are natural, almost instinctive. At one point, Keanu said something simple yet powerful. "I don't want to live in a world where kindness is weakness." For him, kindness is not a performance. It's not something he turns on when it benefits him. It's a habit, Practiced daily, strengthened through repetition. And like all true habits, it becomes part of who you are. In an industry driven by ego and competition, Keanu Reeves proves that kindness doesn't make you small. It makes you lasting. Here's what truly makes Keanu Reeves different from so many others in the spotlight. He lives simply, by choice, not by limitation. Even after achieving worldwide fame and financial success, he never allowed luxury to define who he is or how he lives his daily life. Despite being worth millions, Keanu has never chased extravagance. He doesn't feel the need to prove his success through expensive cars, oversized mansions, or flashy displays of wealth. Over the years, people have noticed him wearing the same boots again and again, choosing comfort and practicality over status. He prefers modest homes that offer peace rather than attention. He rides public transportation, sits among everyday people, and eats at normal cafes without expecting special treatment. This lifestyle isn't about saving money. It's about staying connected to reality. Keanu's habit of kindness begins with humility. He has never believed that fame makes someone more important than others. To him, success is temporary and so is failure. He has often spoken about how quickly everything can change. Careers rise and fall, money comes and goes, and life itself is fragile. This awareness keeps him grounded. While many people ask, "How can I get more?" Keanu quietly asks a different question. How can I be better? That question shapes his daily choices. It influences how he treats people, how he spends his time, and how he defines success. Instead of comparing himself to others, he focuses on becoming a better version of himself. More patient, more understanding, and more present. This mindset reminds him that everyone is carrying something heavy, even if it doesn't show on the surface. The stranger sitting next to you might be dealing with loss. The coworker you overlook might be struggling silently. Keanu's humility allows him to see people as equals, not as roles or titles. And that's why his kindness feels real. It isn't forced. It isn't scripted. It isn't reserved for special moments. It's practiced daily, in small choices, simple routines, and quiet respect for others. In a world that constantly pushes for more, Keanu Reeves proves that sometimes, less is what keeps you human. Most people find it easy to be kind when life is smooth, when success and happiness are on their side. But real strength shows when life is cruel, and Keanu Reeves proved this again and again. After losing his family, he retreated from the spotlight. There were no interviews, no dramatic statements, no attempts to gain sympathy, just silence. The world might have expected him to become bitter, angry, or withdrawn. But Keanu didn't allow grief to harden his heart. Instead, he channeled his pain into empathy. Those who know him closely say he has an extraordinary ability to understand suffering, perhaps because he has lived through so much himself. He sees the struggles of others and responds not with judgment but with compassion. This is why his kindness is so genuine. It is rooted in experience, not performance. Keanu once said something simple yet profound. Grief changes shape, but it never ends. These words reveal the depth of his understanding. Grief is not something you simply get over. It remains with you, shaping your perspective and your heart. But Keanu made a conscious choice. Instead of letting grief destroy him or make him bitter, he allowed it to soften him, to deepen his capacity for kindness. This is where the true power of habit comes through. Anyone can be generous, patient, or kind when life is going well. It takes real courage and resilience to maintain those same qualities when your world has fallen apart. Keanu Reeves stayed kind not because it was easy, but because it had become part of who he is. Even in the darkest moments, he reached out to others, remembered their struggles, and treated them with respect. He showed the world that kindness is not a weakness. It is a form of strength. It is the quiet resilience that allows someone to move forward with grace, no matter what life throws at them. Keanu's life is proof that habits are more than routines. They are shields for the heart. Pain could have broken him, but his unwavering habit of kindness made him stronger, more human, and ultimately unforgettable. You may not be a Hollywood superstar. You may not have millions of dollars in your bank account. You may never walk red carpets or appear on magazine covers. But there's something you can do. The same habit that defined Keanu Reeves' life, the habit that made him unforgettable: kindness. Keanu's life teaches us a powerful yet simple lesson. You cannot always control what happens to you, but you can control who you become. Circumstances will test you. Life will throw challenges your way. People will disappoint you. But your response, your choices, are always in your hands. And that is where true power lies. Kindness does not require fame. It does not require wealth or status. It begins with small, consistent choices every single day. Choices like listening instead of reacting, helping others without expecting credit, and treating people with dignity, even when life isn't fair. These small decisions may seem insignificant at first, but over time, they shape who you are and how the world sees you. Keanu Reeves never gave up this habit, even when life was devastatingly hard. That is why people admire him, not just for the roles he has played on screen, but for the human being he is off-screen. In a world that is often loud, selfish, and impatient, he chose to be gentle. In an industry driven by ego and competition, he chose to give. In the face of pain, loss, and heartbreak, he chose kindness. This teaches us that our actions, however small, ripple far beyond what we can see. Every act of patience, every smile offered, every moment of generosity contributes to a life remembered not for material success, but for human impact. In the end, movies fade, awards gather dust, and wealth is temporary. But the way you treat people, your habits of kindness and empathy, last forever. Keanu Reeves shows that greatness is not measured by fame, wealth, or recognition. It is measured by the strength to remain good in a world that often encourages the opposite. You don't need a film set, a studio, or a spotlight to make a difference. Start with simple, everyday acts of kindness. Let that habit define you. Because one habit, repeated daily, can transform not only your life but also the lives of everyone around you. And that is why this habit matters. For Keanu, for you, and for all of us.